Hello, welcome to Chicken Happy Hour. Carl and I hope that you are well on this Sunday fun day. We are really excited to bring you another rye whiskey cocktail. And this is one of the ones that I mentioned to you the other day. And I'll tell you, this one is a little heavy on the props. There's a lot of involvement with this drink. So I will explain all of that to you, and then you can decide for yourself if you're willing to put the time, effort, and money into this cocktail. I will say, because I've never made it, and I may decide after we've made it that it's not worth the time, effort, and money. But I will tell you that all the different things that are in it make me think that we're really going to like it, and that it's all going to be worth it. Okay. So, let me tell you what it is. We're going to make the Brooklyn cocktail. And this is one of five cocktails named after boroughs in New York City. So we've made a Manhattan, right, on the show. So there's the Manhattan was first, like in the 1880s. Then the Bronx was created. Then the Brooklyn that we're doing today, and then I think Queens was next, and then Staten Island Ferry. So those are the five. All right, move on. And what happened was, the Manhattan was created, and it took off. I mean, the Manhattan is so simple. It's basically bourbon, sweet vermouth, and bitters. You can't go wrong. It's easy. It's good. It's a stout drink. So it did great. Then the Bronx came along, and it was like, the little weaker brother, but it still did well. And it was like from that time on, they tried to create the Brooklyn, a recipe for it that everybody could get on board with. And it was like they just couldn't do it. Nobody could do it. There are like 10 different versions when I looked online of this drink. And then then it was Prohibition, and then what are you going to do? And then after Prohibition, people still were trying to create a Brooklyn that everybody could get on board with. And finally, it's just been in the last 20 years that I guess with this cocktail, it's just more popular now, mixology, and people are going back to, it was the original formula and all that good stuff, that it's kind of come to its own, and people have started to develop an appreciation, even though, like I said, there is some complexity to this drink. I also think, because there are two kind of esoteric liqueurs in this drink, people just don't want to fool with it, unless you have a bar where you have all this stuff at the ready sitting around. It's kind of, until you decide, yes, this is my favorite drink, I want to have all this different stuff at home, I think that's another reason why it's not as popular, or you don't hear about it as much as the Manhattan, because like I said, it is pretty simple. So let me tell you about these esoteric liqueurs, and I'll just go on and tell you, I couldn't get when I tape horizontally like this, landscape, I can't get all the stuff on the table. So, and I don't know, maybe there's an expert out there that can tell me what I'm doing wrong, but here's what it has in it. Rye whiskey, which that's no big deal. Orange bitters, this is called Bigelow China. And here is the deal with this. Even though it's a China is part of the name, it's actually an artisanal liqueur from the French Alps. The original recipe for Brooklyn calls for Amer Pecan. You can only get that in France, so can't even get it in the US. So I did some pretty extensive research to find out what are people using, like, you know, at good bars where they're actually making these. What's the best substitute? And there were a couple of things, 3 different things, but this is the one I saw the most. And so I decided, you know what, I want to do this drink right, because I think I'll really like it. So I splurged and spent the $45, which I don't know about y'all, but for me that's a lot to spend on a liqueur that I've never had before, in a drink I've never had before. So Bigelow, I think I'm saying that right, China. Like I said, it's an artisanal liquor. It's French Alps, 1875. It's been around in production since then. They take sweet and bitter oranges and macerate and distill them. So sounds pretty good. So that's that. Then we have Luxardo, and this is our maraschino liqueur. Kind of the same thing. This is the one that, you know, is the most common to use in this recipe, and I like the basket weaving on the bottle. This is not to be confused with maraschino cherries. It's actually made from the Morosco cherries, but it's called maraschino liqueur. So there's that. Sounds good so far, doesn't it? Kind of fruity. But then, instead of the sweet vermouth that a Manhattan calls for, you're going to use dry vermouth. Okay? So I think that's everything. You need a shaker of ice, and you need, let me get the glass real quick. It also calls for the garnish, just like in and I kind of squashed it, but just like in a Manhattan, a cherry and a slice of orange. So I splurged. I was at the liquor store, finally got some real cocktail cherries. These, I think they're Evan Williams, so they're just bourbon cherries. So I'm excited about that. Now, if I were to make, this is the kind of funny, stupid part about this. If I were to make just one drink with all this stuff, because these are all, I think they're all brand new bottles of this stuff. Because the one bottle's $45. The Bullet whiskey was $25. The vermouth was $20. The maraschino liqueur was $30. The orange bitters was $10. So this drink would cost $130. So, like I said, it does have some props. There are some things to it, but I kind of enjoy that. I mean, now that I've been doing this for a whole, 10 months, I started out in the first video, I poured a little champagne in my beer. So we've come a little ways, right? And assuming that it's good, then that'll be worth it. Like I read somewhere that you're going to get, I forget which one of I think it was this one, that you're going to get 75 drinks out of one bottle. So, you know, that $130 will spread out over time, we hope. This drink has about 400 calories, which is about 300 too many, but probably you would only have 2 max of this drink. It's not the kind of thing that you're going to, sip on all afternoon and into the evening. It's like a special treat kind of drink. Okay? Let's see if there's anything else. Yeah, I say we do it. Best case scenario, this would have been chilling in the freezer. Of course, it has not. But hopefully our shaker of ice will help. The pea chicks are right here. I wish you could see them. I'll show them to you. All right, we're going to start with our rye whiskey. Oh, hello. And we're going to do 4 ounces or 1 Frida. So we had a near horrible thing happen last night. Bob the peacock, and you know I have kind of a love-hate relationship with Bob the peacock, because sometimes he harasses the chickens, and that's why he's now on the outside. But anyway, he at about 3 a.m. started making this alarmist booming honk is the best way I can describe it. So peacocks have 2 sounds. They do their beautiful melancholy, like a kind of like a cat in heat sound howl, and then they do this super loud honk. Okay, and that's what he was doing. He was way up in the trees making this sound. So it was discovered upon coming up here. I didn't do it. My fiance did. It was discovered that there was a raccoon, like in here, in the aviary part, which is super scary because we've started letting the babies just out day and night, like 24/7. They're out in this. And Todd, he said that Todd, the baby pheasant, was just like right over here on the hay, just like, so not good. So that's why, I don't know if you can see the ladder behind me next to the emu. But we've got to do some work and make sure that, you know, all holes are covered. The good thing is he did see where the raccoon left, like when he chased him out, he saw the top of the door, the space that the raccoon had squeezed in. So anyway, isn't that scary? And you know, I know some people love raccoons. They think they're so sweet, but a raccoon will rip your chicken's head off, especially a baby, like a baby peacock or a baby pheasant. Wings, everything. It's horrible. So I'm so glad we didn't come into a murder scene this morning. But thanks to Bob, it was investigated and stopped before it got anywhere. All right, so my bourbon has been chilling, as I told that story. The next thing we're going to do is the dry vermouth, and we're going to do 2 ounces, so that's half a Frida. Can you hear the pea chicks? This is the first time I've used this dry vermouth. I use a sweet vermouth in the Negronis I make. All right, we need 1.5 ounce of the Bigelow China, which is fun to say, if nothing else. That's another reason I wanted to get it. So that's just a little under half a Frida. Now that is too expensive to be spilling. Okay, and we need 1/2 ounce of the maraschino liqueur. This stuff is pretty strong, so we're gonna... What is your problem, little one? Can you not find your mom? So I was up here earlier just sitting, and both of the dove, well, I call them doves, the pigeons that look like doves, were on this table just milling about, and I was like this, only on the other side. So they are really tame. Okay, and then we want 6 dashes of orange bitters. 6? That seems like a lot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Still not exactly sure about a dash. Like, is that a dash, what I was doing? I don't know. I guess. Seems like a dash. All right, and my ice is in here. So the instructions said to stir. I feel that I want to shake. I guess we should stir. I want to shake just because it's so hot. Let's stir. I don't want to do it wrong. Oh, it smells so good. See, I'm thinking the cherry, the orange, but this is going to be really, 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 really good. And I think, yes, we are supposed to strain. Okay. Seems like it's going to be a pretty color too. Yeah. That's nice, isn't it? All right. Oh, that smells fantastic. So I'm going to kind of get the aromatics going here. Gonna mess with my orange peel, and this is the cherry I was telling you about that's been soaked in bourbon. All right, $130. Let's try it. Oh yeah, I like that better than a Manhattan. That is really good. I really like it. Woo! It is. It has got some whiskey in it. I really like it. I don't think I'd change anything. 4 ounces of rye, 2 ounces of dry vermouth, 1.5 ounce of Bigelow China, ½ ounce of maraschino liqueur, 6 dashes of orange bitters. You see what I was saying? It's got some stuff, but sometimes things are complicated, but they're better. Oh, I really like it. I really like it. The Brooklyn. So now we've done the Manhattan, the Brooklyn. We still need to do the Queens, the Staten Island Ferry, and the Bronx. So it's a date. All right. So stay tuned for the Sazerac. That is going to be the next one, and I am so excited about that. Let me show you around just really quick. Todd is eating a zucchini, and it's kind of cute. I'll see if I can get it. Yeah, he's over here with Carl G. They love zucchini. Look how big he's gotten. And then the babies. Oh, there's one of them. That's what you probably heard on tape. Everybody is chilling. Oh, look at Todd and the pea chick. So, oh, and there's Bob. Thank you, Bob. We appreciate you saving the family. I also want to show you this egg that Stinky laid today, and I might need to take it outside so you can actually see it. I don't see the, oh, here's 2 of the pigeons. The other 2 are up in the barn. But yeah, let me show you this egg. It's like a blue-green, and I don't know how well let me go out here, how well the color is going to translate. So Stinky is the little black hen. She always lays these blue eggs, but look how green that is. I just think that's the prettiest egg that Stinky, oh, and there's Stinky. Remember her? She's the rescue hen. Stinky, you did so good today. Okay, well, I guess that is all I have. I hope you've had a great weekend. Try the Brooklyn. I know it's pricey, it's an investment, but if you like a whiskey cocktail, I think you'll like it. Really, really good. Carl and I agree, don't we? That we like the Brooklyn. She lost her tongue. All right, thanks for joining. Stay safe.